How's it going, guys? So today I wanted to go through whether England have the quality and have the ability to win the Six Nations and potentially even a Grand Slam, right? We have the Six Nations coming up thick and fast. 31st of January, we're going to be experiencing France versus Wales, which is going to be an absolute run out. And then we have the big one, England versus Ireland on the Saturday. Big opener for England. And will they be able to beat Ireland? Right, this is a big one, which honestly, I can't see it going very well for England. But you look at the way that they played in the Autumn Nations. There is so much quality. There's so much potential there. But, I mean, the Autumn Nations could have been a completely different tournament for them had they won those games, right? You look at all of their games. They could have had such a good run. But the last 20 minutes, that seemed like a cursed time for England. That last 20 minutes, they just could not hang on to the leads. And these are the things that make or break matches. These are the things that make you go from being 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in the world to 1st, 2nd, 3rd. You know, it's these crucial wins, those moments where you are in the lead and you do everything you can to hold on. Look at the performance up against New Zealand. Look at the performance up against South Africa. Look at the performance up against Australia. Things could have been done. Things could have been changed. Now, South Africa was probably the only game out there that honestly, and even then, they put in a bloody brilliant performance that they actually genuinely deserve to win. I feel that they actually deserve to win every other bloody game that they played. But that's rugby. If you cannot hold on to the lead, you're going to lose. But you look at the quality that England have, it is ridiculous, right? It is absolutely ridiculous. From Jamie George Ford, you have Faye Boso, you have, was it Cunningham Smith, you have Tommy Freeman, you have, Dan Cole, you know, like I can list off a massive list of players that are absolute game changers, get players that can just absolutely destroy teams. But something is happening in the back. What is happening? Because they start off so strong. They are scary. But then those last 20 minutes come on. What is happening to their team? Are they getting fatigued? Is the substitutions not coming in? Is it the change in quality? Is it the tactical changes that are being made? What could be the answer? Because honestly, I think England need a win, right? This is the perfect opportunity to showcase their ability. This is a perfect opportunity to put themselves back on the map, to say, look, Autumn Nations was it was a glitch, it was a blip in our progress, right? Because everybody in the back of their heads right now is thinking of the World Cup. Everything now is, okay, what are we doing to prepare for the 2027 World Cup? It's happening in Australia, right? What are we doing? Who are we improving? Who are we giving chances to, right? Who are we molding? England have so much talent. They have so much raw talent as well. But what are they going to do with it? That is the difference, right? They have they have things like Autumn Nations. They have things like the Six Nations, which is test grounds, proving grounds for their talent. And honestly, I feel they need to start making use of it, because otherwise things are just going to keep going wrong. You look into the Premiership, absolute monsters. They have absolute monsters. But England are also very limited because of the agreement that the RFU have with the Gallagher Premiership. Well, with England, they cannot choose anyone from overseas. Courtney Laws, Jack Willis. Two names. Two ridiculous players. They can't play for England. Why? They're in a more competitive league. They are playing with some of the best players in the world. They are playing, well, they are learning from the best, putting themselves in the highest levels of rugby day in and day out with some of the best teams, with some of the best um, with some of the best funded teams in the world. They can't play for England. So they're making all this progress. They're becoming better players. They can't play for England. It's literally hamstringing England. But in doing that, there are both the pros and the cons to this agreement, because it does also help keep the Gallagher Premiership. It helps keeps it tighter. It helps keeps it more competitive. There's a big back and forth in regards to that. But still, England are hamstringing themselves because they are not opening themselves up to the most competition physically possible. Right? Because at the end of the day, you would want your best players playing for you. You'd be stupid not to want your best players playing for you. Right? It's like South Africa saying, oh, Siya Kolisi, yeah, you can't play for us anymore because you're playing here. Oh, Faf de Klerk, you're in Japan. Oh no, you can't play for us anymore. Pieter Steph de Toy, World Player of the Year, second time, World Cup winner. You can't play for us. You play in Japan. It's stupid. It's doable. Right? It is doable. And you look at the team that South Africa puts out. We have a 23 of monsters. We have a 23 that we can put Ibn Atzabet, Player of the Year nominee, on the bench. We have the 23 to say Siya Kolisi on the bench, Oxenche on the bench. You know what? Come on at 60th minute. That is the kind of quality that South Africa have, but it's because they open up themselves to their entire crop of players. And honestly, I feel that is a stupid rule, or at least needs amending. Maybe not necessarily scrapping, because I do see the pros to it, but definitely it needs amending, because England. When was the last time England were even close to that number one spot in the world? When were they even close to that number one spot in the world? You look at the quality that they have. A, I don't feel it's being utilized properly. B, Steve Borthwick, is he right for the job, honestly? Because there's a lot going on here. I do think changes need to be made. But if changes aren't made and these things keep going as they are, I can't see him in that job for much longer. But I want to know what you guys think, right? This is an open space. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I want to know if I'm talking absolute BS. Maybe I'm talking out of my backside. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about the RFU's agreement? Should we scrap? Does it, or maybe amended to allow certain, to allow certain things? Because obviously, like Jack Willis, he signed from the Wasps, and he had an agreement in place that allowed him to play for a certain amount of time, which that has now expired. So now he can't play for England anymore. Maybe some changes need to be made there, but can England win the Six Nations? Definitely. Chances of them winning, I'd probably put it around the 35-40%, considering France is ridiculous. Thomas Ramos is playing amazing. Dupont is playing amazing. And Tamak is playing amazing. Again, I can just keep reeling off, and they got such good young players that are just impressing and and really, really pushing on. And there's BLBRA, which is just like quite possibly my favorite player to watch at this moment in time. And then you have Ireland, Pendergast. It's just, he's playing his socks off. Doris playing his socks off. Bloody Bundyaki, another amazing player. The the chances are very slim, but you can never rule England out. If England can get over this last 20 minutes, they can beat any side in the world. Hands down, they can beat any side in the world. But it's that composure. I don't know if it's fitness, fatigue, that mental strength, that, you know, maybe tactics are being given off the field that aren't working. You know, maybe seeing the game differently. I don't know. But it needs to stop, because England have such immense quality, taking into consideration the RFU's agreement. The quality that they have is absolutely ridiculous. But what happens? New Zealand happens. South Africa happens. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. So, like I say, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you guys do like this content, please like and subscribe, because it really, really does help my channel grow. I would like to try and get to that 500 mark as quickly as possible, and I want to keep giving you guys the best content I possibly can. So hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.